some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello and welcome to episode 42 of Fang and the Bang with Gangrel and ABD and Blanca Diaz over there hanging out. Well, what she's up there to? Who knows what she's up to today? She's sitting over there with the Walking Dead version of me, or whatever that is over there. Slam buddy, little slam buddy. But hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had survived St. Patrick's Day last week. And what else went on last week? All kinds of good stuff went on. Spring training, baseball's back, baseball's back, baseball's back. Boys, the summer are here. Yankees didn't do too good. I was at a Yankees game this Sunday with your mom, actually. First and second innings were all starters, and they all blew. So I don't know what's going on with the Yankees this year. It's not looking too good right now as we stand status quo. But it was a beautiful day for baseball over there in Tampa, Florida at George Steinbrenner Stadium. It was an amazing time. But prior to that, I guess this weekend I was at USA Pro, which is Frankie Goodman. And anybody that's ever been to a USA Pro show knows there's about 17 matches. So this one was a shorter night. There was a time limit, and there was a match cap at 14. So there was 14 Yes, there was 14 matches, and he told me I was match 3. But it turns out I was match number 7, so I was midway point to that card. So
that should have been the end of the card, no?
Should have been, but here's the good thing: he had to be out of the building by 11, so the matches were short. So short and sweet. So I was in there eight out the gate and gone, 8 out the gate and gone. I got my points, my style points, my riding points, and I got out of there. I should have got a shower after wrestling Jerry Swirl, though. I don't know what's going on. I felt dirty and smelled dirty when I left there. I'm not even going to go into what he said, the reason why he smelled.
Let's not go there.
No, because I'll get canceled because somebody will misunderstand it and think I'm saying this about Jewish men. But I didn't say this.
He didn't say this, no.
Well, he said he gave me an excuse to, pissed your mom off.
There's no excuse for
Yeah, he said. Well, at the end, he just said it was his man odor, his man adore, his man funk, his machismo.
Because he's just he's that manly.
But no, it was an interesting night. Big Vito. So I don't know if everybody remembers Big Vito from the Big Vito LaGrassi. He was also known as Skull Von Cross. I think he came back out of. He wasn't retired. His wife had some heart attacks and she's sick with something. I can't remember exactly what it is. And but he was back out. So I think that was his return to wrestling in a couple of years. It seems to be so. Big Vito was there. Who else was there? Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler was there, looking good, looking fit, looking tan as always. The King. Jerry Lawler. Scotty Steiner was there. He's like, hey, TV. He was there. Scotty Steiner was looking good. Matter of fact, he wrestled Lawler in the last match, and I think they just ended up beating up Simon Says at the end. I think they won. They had a 10-minute match, and then Simon Says beat on your girl Ruthie J earlier in the night. The spot they wanted you to come up and do, she did it. Ruthie took it, and turned out to be an okay deal. Your mom, I didn't see it. Your mom said Ruthie did really well. A lot of people said Ruthie did well. People came back and said that, she's one of the best trained students you ever had. I said, well, you didn't see a lot of my students. Not that I put some of my students over, but you haven't seen them all then. But no, Ruthie J does well, and she did good. So she was up there. Ishmael looked like a homeless Jesus up there. I don't know.
He was there?
Yeah, I don't know. Sandals. I like sandals, Zubaz, and a shirt from another, I don't know, an 80s rap video or something. The colors on it, like Toucan Sam threw up all over it. Toucan Sam ate some Skittles and pooed all over his clothes. So,
okay.
And his hair, something. And if a beard can be nappy, I'm pretty sure his beard was nappy.
I can't believe I missed that.
Oh, yeah. And then I said, is this how you dress for a show? He goes, no, Coach, I forgot my shoes. I said, I think you forgot more than your shoes.
He forgot his shoes?
Yeah, so he was wearing
chancletas.
Yeah, chancletas. Yeah, like flip-flop sliders. Yeah. And I think his socks were dirty, but
gotta do his laundry.
But he was in there toe to toe, sitting with Jerry Lawler and them, trying to hold his Papi Chulu on, doing what Papi Chulu does best, smelling like weed.
Terrible smelling.
I know you want to talk about man odor. His is odor, the weed, the skunk or something. The skunk. He's He's thank God, I guess he's got a medical card, or he'd be in prison or something.
Strong smell too, so strong.
Yeah, I suppose it's how he copes with life in the real world and the 24/7 of every day's ups and downs. We all, I suppose, have our releases. Mine's, I don't know yet. It used to be a lot of bad things, but I think it's the gym now. I think the gym, because all I do is, it doesn't look like I go to the gym, but I suppose the gym is my release, whatnot, I guess. Idle hands are the devil's tool, so I just stay super busy. So I just run myself into the ground so I can't get in trouble. I'm too tired to do anything wrong. So it's how I stay sane, innocent, and out of prison. But Robbie Chulu, I don't know if he better figure it out soon, because I think he just sits around. I don't know how he was dressed. I don't know what was going on. But he was there with Ruth. Him and Ruth was good. Who else was up from CCW? Cha-Cha Charlie was there.
Okay.
Yeah, he ended up with a big old, I'm assuming it's going to be a gnarly black eye in a day in West Briscoe.
Really?
There. Yeah, some kind of mistiming thing there. But he was there, Cha-Cha Charlie. Who else? Was there any other names on there? Oh, Lindsay Snow was back in action.
Oh, okay. I saw some photos.
So I guess she's back after the knee thing. She looked good, Lindsay. Probably one of the worst girls matches I ever saw. Not hers. Lindsay was fine. I didn't see her matches, but I glimpsed out at the other one. I'm not even going to name names, but it was...
not great.
No.
Okay.
No. Actually, I went on 2 matches after that, and so I was warming up, and I said, is there a match out there? And they said, yeah, it's a 4-way girls match. I was like, oh, okay, elimination, but whatever. I don't know, so... yeah, no, but I don't know. I'm not knocking it. I didn't physically watch it all. I glimpsed out there when they said there was an actual match out there. But it is what it is. Was what it was. But this Saturday, I can tell you, CCW has their anniversary show. So 18 years, I believe, of CCW. It's not at a big venue or anything. They're actually doing it at the school itself. So limited seating. It may be sold out already. I'm not sure, but I think you can go online, CCW, if you're still trying to get tickets. Or reach out to some of the students on there. They may have some. I don't know that they have any names in or not. I didn't pay attention to the card. I know that I'm not particularly wrestling on it. I'll be there, like I say hosting, but basically like meet and greet and hanging out, because I leave tomorrow. I fly up to New Jersey to get another stem cell treatment in my back with integrated pain management. So looking forward to that, sort of, kind of happy, healing. Seeing good people, AJ up there and his family, and Andrew Anderson. So, gonna get up there and do that. And then, I'm not supposed to wrestle for 2 weeks, but that's not gonna be the case. I'm gonna have to wrestle. So, I won't be wrestling this weekend, but I will be there the 26th at CCW in Pompano. So, come check it out. It's the 26th anniversary. It should be a really fun show. Speaking of them too, I think today my match goes up with Jacob Fatu from Port St. Lucie. Which the return will be April 22nd in Port St. Lucie with that match. So you want to check that out, go online, CCW Live, I believe it's called CCW Live. You can check that out. So I'll be there this weekend doing that. I'm not supposed to be wrestling, but then Thursday I have a show. I'll be out at MLW at Gillies in Dallas, Texas. Thursday and Friday, their Aztec show. And Gillies too, so they'll be in there. So Caesars, you can go online, check out MLW Fusion, MLW. Just Google it, MLW Dallas. It's a WrestleMania weekend. So Thursday, Friday, I'm out there. Supposed to do WrestleCon, but some guy named Jim Romey flipped and bailed or whatever the hell his name is. So it left me hanging. So I'll be actually coming back home Saturday morning early. So I'll be back home Saturday. So. Probably be home in my own house to watch the first night of WrestleMania, which is Saturday, right? There's 2 nights of WrestleMania, Saturday and Sunday. So, I'll be home to check out WrestleMania unless a concert comes up or something else comes up that would draw my attention. But I usually don't miss WrestleMania. I usually always take time to watch WrestleMania. It's, showcase the immortals, so, it's always fun. So it's coming up for me in the next few days here. I didn't really watch a whole lot of wrestling this weekend because I was busy. I was out, and then I got home and I tried to watch it this morning, but I usually throw Raw on, but I didn't. It was on when I came in last night, but nothing caught my attention as it was on. I might have caught it in a low spot. Maybe the Chad Gable and his team was coming out. I don't know, so I didn't see that, but I flipped AEW on this morning, and I saw the Hardys debut. Okay. So as a tag against Private Party, the Hardys did the usual Hardys classics, the drop the fists and at the same time, the double elbow, drop the fist thing. The old Malenko spot, which, man, I don't know where Malenko and him. I know I did it as a Blackhearts, but because I saw Joe and Dean Malenko do it, and then maybe they picked it up from Furnace and Crawford in Japan. I don't know where you do, shoot them in, splash, drop down on all fours, come off with the leg lariat. Jeff did it. But out of Matt and Jeff, it's funny, like they did their hits and went in, and it was a strange middle rope splash from Jeff, which was strange, but they were setting up to get into a double twist of fate, one over the ropes, one in the center, and then Jeff finally finished with a swanton. It looked like it killed the guy. It was an ass-ton. It looked like he killed Private Party and himself. I was like, oh my goodness, that was just like, I think he was too close, and he had to try to cut it short. So it was a gnarly swanton, but Hardy's for the victory, and I'm thinking they have me coming up in I don't know what month it is. It could be April or June. I'm not sure. I'll be wrestling with the Hardys. I'll be wrestling Matt and Jeff. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll be wrestling Matt and Jeff. April, May. I think it's in May, June. Maybe June. Maybe it's either June or May. Maybe I don't know which month it is. Maybe it's even July. I don't know. I heard my phone going off. I could probably tell you what it is. Anyways, I gotta look on here, and Raymond sending me texts for some reason. I'm sitting over here, my phone's there, but he could just yelled across the room, whatever it was. But when is it? It is May 14th. May 14th, I'll be. I didn't read your text. What'd you send me?
Nothing relevant for now.
Oh, nothing relevant for now. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I did that. Who said that? Who said that?
No, they just posted that this morning.
Oh, who posted that?
Wrestling website.
Wrestling website says, I think I pissed Vince McMahon off. I don't think I pissed him off. I think that I wouldn't piss him off. He didn't give a fuck about me. He I think he just doesn't like the name. He doesn't want nothing to do with the name. The name itself, Gangrel, nothing to be pissed off about. It's just something from the past. It's just a thorn in his side. Just something he just sweep under the carpet. Fucking people, how they put little headlines on to grab the people that clickbait. So yeah, May 14th, I'll be, Jesus, Raymond, why you send me stuff like that? May 14th, that's why I don't read social media and stuff like that, because my feelings would get hurt. And then I'd go crazy, and then it'd be like Jay and Silent Bob. I'd be like, are you boo-boo kitty ass fuck? You are, bah, 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 bah. How dare you say anything about me online? So, that's what or I'd cry in a corner and end up on drugs again, because like, I just...
But don't do that.
I'm not strong enough to take criticism sometimes. But so I just don't read it. Well, I can't read anyways. But I need some glasses, and I don't have the cataracts like somebody. But she's doing good now. So where was I? May 14th or 15th? I'm not sure which date it is. I'll be doing MLW, and then the next day it's in Virginia. I'll be the Hardy Boys versus, get this, the Hardys versus, it's called the New Brood.
The new
Brood.
So not just the new brood.
No. It's a new Brood.
It's a new.
It's the new Brood, and it's not the new Zoo Review. If you ever, it's the new Zoo Review coming. You don't know anything about the new Zoo Review. Henry had a hippo, any of that shit.
Henry had a hippo?
Yeah, no. The new Zoo Review. Freddy the Frog, no.
This sounds like it was before my time.
Yeah, I was right up there with Fraggle Rock. You know anything about Fraggle Rock?
No, just that you call a certain somebody that.
I call Paul Fraggle Rock.
Exactly.
He looks like one of the guys off Fraggle Rock, little square hair. But no, New Zoo Review. This is not the New Zoo Review. It's not New Zoo Review. This is the new Brood. Okay. NNB, like the NWO. It's the NNB. The NNB is coming for you, the new Brood. Do you know who the new Brood is?
You.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd be one of the players in that.
One of the few. No, one of the few.
Can we get a shot in the dark?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
who else? You gotta tell me.
What do you think would be?
I don't.
What? Who's Raymond saying over there?
Thorne?
No, Kevin Thorne's out with a bicep injury. He's too big to be the Brood. He'd be like the Yeti Brood. He's a big Sasquatch. He's like 6'4", but give you a hint. He was recently with AEW.
Recently with
AEW.
The little man.
And he's had his own. Usually has his own themed show at WrestleMania weekends. Oh.
His own themed show?
Yeah, he's not one of Jim Cornette's favorites. Well, that's a lot of people though, but
Yeah.
but he's not. I mean,
What does his name start with?
I can't tell you.
You
Too much of a clue.
You can though.
I've given you enough clues. It's the New Brood.
It's the NNB. NNB.
You and me. No, it's not you.
Not
and
you
me,
and
but-
me.
No. But it's the New Brood. Who is the New Brood?
I don't know.
So it's the New Brood. Focus. Who is the New Brood? I mean, it's all. I've seen it all over the internet. Well, not in groups, but I've seen it advertised on like social media or whatever, Facebook.
Raymond, you have to help me out.
Because I wasn't even for sure I took the booking. I wasn't even for sure that I took the booking. They just talked to me about it, and I said, "Oh, that sounds cool." And then I saw a poster for it. I go, "Oh shit! I guess I took the booking." But I've worked for him a lot of times before.
So he used to be in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he now? Is he anywhere? Nowhere? Just independent? Okay.
Nowhere independent. No.
I don't know. Who?
Oh, anybody out there? If this was a live show, I'd have call-ins, but I'm sure they would know because all they gotta do is look it up on Facebook. But because that's where I saw it. I mean, and I'm never hardly on there. I don't troll it like Raymond. Raymond's usually like a troll.
Well, I don't troll Facebook. I don't know.
Right. Let me see if I can give you his initials. I don't even know how to spell his name. JJ.
JJ is his initials.
I think so. Yeah. JJ.
Jeff Jarrett?
No,
I don't.
Double J. No.
That's the first.
That'd be the old brood.
Whoa!
We'd be old. This is the new brood.
That's the first one. The first person that came to mind.
Of course, Double J.
Yeah, JJ.
I told you he had his
Joan
own.
Jett.
Oh no! Close.
Close? Close how?
2 J's. Yeah. Oh, come on. We don't got enough time in the show. People are going to turn off. They're going to click out of the segment here if we don't get it.
I don't know.
Rhymes with Nutella.
Rhymes in the breath.
Nutella.
Nutella? What with the J rhymes with Nutella?
I told you he had his own show at WrestleMania time. He do something. He had like the spring break or whatever it's called.
I don't know.
First name Joey. Oh, you guys, shame on you, Raymond. Joey Janela.
Oh.
Janela. Never. Come on, maybe. New Brood. Me and Joey Janela.
Okay.
Take on Matt and Jeff Hardy, and somewhere in Virginia.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
No third person?
what?
No third person?
No, it's just a tag team match. Where's the third person on there? So you think they're gonna bring Michael Hayes back in from Raw or whatever he's doing now? Put him back with the Hardys and like get Christian to come over. Like, no, it's just me and Joey Janela versus Matt and Jeff Hardy somewhere in Virginia. Big time wrestling. So that's coming up. But yeah. So MLW next week, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm just super busy with stuff like different things like that all over the place But looking forward to WrestleMania weekend and Matt and Jeff's debut together as the Hardys. What we were talking about, they brought that up, which looked good. Matt looked really on point, but I guess he's been Matt looked really, really on his game in that match. So looking forward to it. Yeah. Last time I wrestled the Hardys together for this same company, I ended up with a black ear. I don't know if you remember when I had a black ear.
Black ear? I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think Jeff clotheslined me with a flippy clothesline and somehow I just caught my ear in a weird way, and I just ended up with a black ear, like somehow like, kind of how you end up with like cauliflower ear, but it didn't cauliflower. Cool. It was just black.
Did it look kind of cool?
Well, it looked like The Walking Dead or something. Body's rotten, turning black. But I did cover. I didn't watch a lot of wrestling, but that's what I watched. Speaking of CCW, I've had I see some comments on here. I don't know if they're in Pandora's box or what's in Pandora's box today, but some comments like somebody wrote something. Well, Gangrel, you need to meet Paige VanZant, and the AEW was tagged in it and stuff like that. Well, I've met her and I've had a couple of training sessions with her for whoever that smartass was that said that. But But well, you had a good point. But the way you put it, you guys, the way people word things are amazing, clickbaits and different things. But I guess Raymond's guilty of that too with these headlines and subtopics and stuff like that. Because I'll be reading it and I'm like, what the flip is Raymond put on here? And then I go, man, it's just such a twist of words and play on things. But here's what it is, I suppose. All he's got to do to get those 10 views, to up to 220. Yeah. So, and actually, you were there for a couple of them. What's your thoughts on Paige VanZant?
She seems like a genuine person.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's definitely pretty badass. Seems like
she's definitely badass.
Seems like she'll be all right.
And I think she has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
She's very coachable. I think she has a passion for it.
Picks up things very easily.
Yeah,
too.
Coachable. Yeah. So yeah. I think AEW should be happy in the long run with what's going to go on with her. I don't know if they signed her for a year deal or what the deal was, but she definitely has a lot of potential. Definitely has talent. And I think she'll definitely come along pretty well and pretty fast. I mean, I can honestly say that I've trained people. What she's learned in 2 sessions, let's just say 3 hours to be generous with those 3 sessions. It's probably more like 2.5. Well, let's just say it was 3 hours. It was probably 3. So it was 3.5 to be generous, I guess. Just to say it was solid 3 hours. Those 3 hours have taken me 3 months to teach some people with talent, 6 months others, So I don't know if it's the fact that she was a professional athlete and ballerina and like Dancing with the Stars is no joke. I mean, you got to be super, super disciplined. You got to be able to learn routines, dances, footwork, and form. So I think all that comes into play, but she's making my job easy. So I appreciate that, and hopefully it continues to be easy, and she goes and does great things, and I could say, oh, I had a part of that, So that'd be super cool. So wish her luck, Paige VanZant, on her journey on through the AEW ranks and training at the CCW facility. So come on down if you're looking to train at CCW. You get us. The anniversary shows this week, March 26th. You can come down and talk to them then in person, or just go online, check it out, and see what's going on. But definitely check it out if you're thinking about becoming a pro wrestling. I see Jericho spun things around now. Now they're pro wrestling entertainers now, where AEW says they're pro wrestlers. Jericho come out and he changed his whole faction to the Jericho Appreciation Society, I think. So he had everybody come out and give a testimony why. So like the one guy was in a car accident and Jericho donated all this money to him, the independent wrestlers, and then the other 2 guys got let go, and then Jericho had him on his podcast, and then they got picked up by AEW, and then I forget what Jake Hager's deal was, but whatever, they all are the Jericho Appreciation Society or something of that nature. JAS, I think. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's funny. But he says now they are sports entertainment, so it's funny that they're taking something Vince McMahon did. Now they're turning an angle against AEW because AEW is pro wrestling, all right? So now they're pro wrestling entertainment, and Jericho's always kind of funny, and a lot of people don't like him, but I like him. He looks like he's leaning down. I liked his purple. I wasn't sure if they were Nikes or what they were, but he had some purple kicks on. It looked pretty dope with his jacket. They were a little darker than his light purple jacket, but like, who am I to accessorize and critique? but it was cool. They're now Pro Wrestling Entertainment group. Their group is Pro Wrestling Entertainment.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's very interesting. But that's all I see in wrestling. So on that note, I'm not gonna tie the world up with me acting like I watched wrestling and pretending like I did this week when I did not. I'm just gonna go right to the box. What's in the box? That box there. You gotta put it down. What's in the box? What's in the box? Because I gotta do a freaking thing today as soon as we get done here. I hate doing podcasts and Zoom things, but I gotta do a Zoom for scoops or something. So that'll be
we upgraded to flashcards.
Oh. Wow, the money must be coming in on the advertising.
Right? Upgraded to flashcards. Okay.
Yellow flashcards. Was that orange?
They're orange. They're actually pretty
orange.
Cool.
Oh. Is the writing upgraded?
Sorta.
Oh, Raymond, what do you get in this coffee? Let me tell you what he's got in this coffee. Not that y'all care. This is extra extra hot original. Not extra hard original, but extra hot original. can go along the same guidelines with a creamy swirl. Sounds sexual. Extra hot, original hard, creamy swirl. 5 French vanilla shots. 2 something shots. 2 hazelnut shots. 7 Splendas, which I have no idea why I even put Splenda and almond milk in here. Almond milk and an extra espresso shot. Jesus, no wonder I can't focus or concentrate. My brain's fried drinking this. Between the sugar, I always leave here with a stomach ache. It's the coffee. I've never read what coffee's handed to me, and I wonder why. Right when I leave here, I go, oh man, I got bubble guts. My stomach's hurting. It's this damn coffee. Whatever's wrong with just a little creamy sugar, Raymond. What is with all these extra hard, original hot shot, creamy swirls, caramel swirls, 5 French vanilla swirls.
You have a little bit of
mocha
every flavor.
Mocha swirl, 2 vanilla shot, 2 hazelnut shot, 2. I'm not making it up. You can read it all right there. Like, please.
You just have every flavor in there, don't you?
But yet I keep drinking it 'cause it's so good when it slips. Oh no, it's not really. It makes my stomach hurt. It just made my stomach hurt again. Oh. Might have to have a time out here. Not that anybody wants to hear anything about. Let's get that up. What's in the box? And what's on the card?
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the wrestling card. I'm talking about the card in your hand. Not the wrestling show tonight. People probably already know what a card is. What's on the card? Never mind. What's the card tonight? Yeah. Okay.
What's your thought on tag teams and stables? And who would you rank as being one of the best tag teams or stables?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's from Mark_Matters.
Mark Matters?
Mark Matters.
Mark, you matter. We all matter. Wow. So, that's my nation. Domination. We all matter.
We all matter.
Or fair trade. Tag teams are like a marriage. I was just listening to a tag team cry to me the other day. I'm not going to mention their names, from California, but like one guy's upset that the other guy steals his promo time or takes his joke in the back or something. Like,
takes his joke?
Yeah, what was the joke? It was a guy dressed like Roddy Piper, but
but they're a team.
He wanted to say, "Oh, you're more like Roddy Wiper because your gear's the shits," or something like you dress the shits as like Roddy Wiper instead of Piper. I don't know, but so tag teams are like a marriage. You can love each other, but you can want to kill each other. We got to coexist. So they can be really hard. They can be difficult to last over time. The Rock and Roll Express is a great example of a perfect tag team. And lasting over time, and they just complement each other. Ricky is a tremendous seller, Ricky Morton, and Robert comes in with that. He's a little bit bigger with it, like the Fist of Fury. Not a super fancy comeback or nothing, but the comeback has the energy of boom, boom, thumping. There's just a good balance of a tag team. Ricky's flamboyant, so Robert's more manly. Not that Ricky's not manly, but he's just more. He's got the blonde hair and he's the.
Yeah.
He cuts the promo. Ricky cuts the promo. Robert goes, "Tell him, Rick," something like, always one-liners. So it's just a really good balance. So you got to find a good balance. I think Rock and Roll Express would be a great tag team. I don't think they were stable, but definitely the Rock and Roll Express for an example of what a good tag team is and a perfect tag team. The Brain Busters, Tully and Arm were a good tag team too, really good. And Heavenly Bodies were a great tag team. Heavenly Bodies, really good tag team. The Malenko Brothers, another great tag team.
So many to choose from.
Well, yeah, so many, but not really. When you think about how many wrestlers have come along the pike and how many down, you can Demolition, they still get along great today.
Yeah.
Axer and Smasher, great guys. Never hear them a crossword between each other. Always complimentary each other. In the ring, another tag team. They're 35 years of Demolition. This is their 35th year right now. It's Demolition.
Crazy.
So 35 years. That's as Demolition. Not to mention the 35 years probably before they had in wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Eadie, the Mass Superstar. He did stuff and it came out as Demolition. But they both have a long time, a lot more than 35 years in the business. So there's a lot of cool and different tag teams. There's the Road Warriors, but they were like, they were great visually, but did they get along maybe at first, but towards the end when it became bigger companies and more politics involved, and then the two personalities clashed. You had Hawk, who was a partier, and this, and then Animal, who had his other vices in different ways, not so much in partying and doing drugs or anything like that, but then they clashed a lot, and but they were still brothers, but they fought a lot. There's a lot of tag teams do, I guess tag teams probably all fight a lot like family, just whether you see it in public or not, or they air it out in dirty laundry, So as far as factions, what's up?
Did you tend to be like that with the tag teams you were in?
I love tag teams, but I don't like being married.
You don't like being married?
Not in tag teams, no.
In tag teams, okay.
Yeah, because you're responsible for your part. You take the heat he gets. If he's an asshole, you get the asshole heat back. They might be like, "Oh, Dave, you're cool, but
this guy,
I'm gonna bury y'all's gimmick." Like one time, oh my goodness, oh man, we were the Blackhearts. So for this example, one time the Blackhearts, working for UWF. Herb Abrams, UWF. The Herb Abrams, probably the younger generation probably only knows from the Dark Side of the Ring and stuff like that. Well, he was doing a double shot. One was in Florida at the War Memorial, and then they Palmetto Civic Center, Manatee Civic Center the next day, Manatee over in Palmetto, Florida, which was a pay-per-view called Beach Brawl. So we had Brady Boone and somebody the night before here in Fort Lauderdale, and so we had the black mask and dressed similar, but I was a little heavier. Tom was Apocalypse he was taller, like by a foot. He was 6'3", a little bit leaner, a little bit better build than me. Wore an Olympic top. I wore a regular butcher. But in the heat of action, it's really hard to tell us apart when we're switching because the masks have no face and we moved a lot alike in some ways. In some ways, very different. But to be fair, you can mix them up. And went in there and Apocalypse went in there and he did some no soul Brady Boone, who I think might have been Firecat at the time. Maybe it was called Firecat or Battlecat. I'm not sure which one. But he no sold some of his stuff and then gave him a couple like really random legit kicks, stiff kicks, and then tagged me in. When he tagged me and I came in there and then, like Brady was like in the middle of some kind of rage. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was a rage. Goes around, he does it like roundhouse kicks me in the stomach, and I had to take Brady down and go, "You got the wrong Blackheart," like oh no, just stuff like that would go though. But you had to answer. The heat came together, So
yeah.
If your partner was a jerk and did asshole things or went out and did stupid things, talked about people or ratted people out or stooged people off to the office, you got heat as a team usually, even if they know it wasn't you per se, your team collectively got the heat and it would affect the booking of you or what people wanted to do with you in matches and stuff like that. But so we get to the back after all that and Brady's just so mad. He has his mask off and they have these wooden chairs and Brady was just like screaming at Apocalypse there, the other Blackheart, my partner, and he takes this wooden chair and you think he's gonna hit him with it, but no, he just starts beating himself in the head. Brady's like blah 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 and this chair's like splintering. Brady's bleeding all over going, "I'll bury your effing gimmick tomorrow night on the pay-per-view, I'll knock you out," and blah blah blah. And I had to go over there and cool Brady down, cool him aside, listen, and then I had to spend an hour politicking and calming him down to be able to get through, which was a terrible pay-per-view match the next day anyways because we sucked. But we just didn't have experience. We had really cool moves and a really cool gimmick, but no concept on how to get the best out of everything and out of our own character. It was just being young, green, stupid, a little bit of big heads. Even though when you look back on the tapes, you go, "There's no reason you should have had a big head. You're terrible." But the gimmick was cool. We had some cool moves, but the execution of our moves were poor because most people didn't want to work with us because if they're getting pounded on and kicked in the wrong places, kind of harder than they should be getting kicked you're going to get an attitude, and your trust is going to go away, and you're not going to want to take anything cool. So tag teams can be really, really complicated. That's why. I mean, I could do tags in my sleep. Tags, I don't want to say they're easy. There's nothing easy about wrestling, but tags were enjoyable when you have harmony and things are clicking. It's like a night off. You like got the best seat in the house to watch a show, whether you're selling or you're on the offense, or you're out cheerleading on the apron, or whatever your situation is in that match. It's really can be really fun and exciting and cool if things are clicking on all cylinders. But if you have a little rift in your marriage that day, a tag team or other teams got a little bit of a rift with you because they're not liking what's going on, it can be hectic. And in a tag match, there's not just 4 people, there's 5 with the referee. So everybody's got to be like on point but want to work with each other, or it's just a nightmare. But I do love tag team wrestling.
Would you go back to the Blackhearts?
Oh, there's rumors are. I just don't know if my body will handle up, but there's talks. There's talks of it.
Okay.
Might have to go to a full bodysuit though with all the tattoos, because I don't think I can find anybody that is going to match me. Because the deal of the Blackhearts, you couldn't tell them apart. Like literally, you would roll out and switch places and roll back in. So somebody hit you. If you had a manager, it pulled the referee. The other Blackheart or the other
comes in,
switches. You roll. Yeah. You switch. You come in, and then that was kind of cool. And it went over well in Japan, like that and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it could be. I was getting my back better. Like I said, I'm going for stem cells and integrated pain management tomorrow and Thursday. But thought I was coming on the other side, but now I got another little tweak and dink. I think all these tweaks come at 53. They just keep adding up when you keep running. When I'm in the ring Monday through Thursday, you know that very well. And more than likely, I'm wrestling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm 7 days a week, and I don't know if you're supposed to be 7 days a week in the ring at 53. I don't know. But I'm blessed because I love it. So I don't look at it as work. And again, I explained to you earlier, or you know this, but I'm explaining to people at home, if you're listening, that idle hands. I have to be physically exhausted so I don't get myself in trouble. Like I have demons, but they're not bad demons. Like I'm gonna go eat your liver with like some sauce or something like that. I'm not Hannibal Lecter. I'm not gonna go out on a killing spree, but I have demons, and idle hands are the devil's tools. So I just keep them busy until I'm physically exhausted, because my mind won't shut down either. So and I don't want to drink to shut my mind down, because then you got to drink to a stupor, which is no good, because then the next day you just feel crappy because what you did, not just your body down. But I just got to keep myself physically exhausted, so when I lay my head down and I close my eyes and I can wake up with a clear conscience the next day, because I didn't take anything to go to sleep. I didn't go drink myself into oblivion or do something stupid. All I did was put a lot of hard work in the day before. Put all the best of my best, everything I can do the day before, and be the best person I can. Then I pass out in exhaustion. If I wake up tired the next morning, that's okay, because I wake up happy knowing I didn't do something crappy, and that I gave all my best that day before. So that's how I get by day and minute by minute, hour by hour, breath by breath, moment by moment, whatever, however you want to look at it, that's how I get by. So, factions. You asked about what I thought was the best faction. I'm going to say Freebirds. Freebirds. Knave. Yeah. I'm a Freebird. Okay. That's the Brood was, I've said it many times here before, was a hybrid of the Freebirds. The Freebirds were badass dudes. They were the first to come out. The music was cool. They were like the king of the trios. Anybody could defend the belts if they were tag champs or defend the Freebirds any time in a tag team match. It could be Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes, or it could be Buddy Roberts and Terry Gordy, or Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts, vice versa, whatever. So Freebirds definitely my favorite faction.
Okay.
All right, so enough rambling. What's the next question in that? My knee hurts.
Okay.
Oh, that coffee's kicking up. Now that I know what's in it, it's really bothered me. Now that
mentally, now you know what it
mentally,
is.
I'm destroyed.
You shouldn't have read
mentally,
it.
I'm FUBAR now. I'm FUBAR. Okay. FUBAR from the D&D. Now I might never go back to Dunkin'. No, when I go get coffee, Raymond, it's simple. 7 and 7, which is a lot, but I just say extras. 7 cream, 7 sugars. That's it. Nice 7 and 7. Nice blend. Just get it like Carmel looking. Go ahead.
Okay. Why is it still not acceptable for a big guy to move and work like a cruiserweight? I've seen some people like Keith Lee be criticized for not being enough for a monster. And this is from Jack Tallerva.
Who?
Tallerva? I don't know.
Okay, Jack T.
Jack T.
So, why is it like? What is it? It sounded like a statement or question. What was it? Say it again.
So like, why is it not acceptable for
Who says it's not acceptable?
this guy?
Well, because one
I guess
person or two people
Well,
criticize it is acceptable. I think every case is, every situation is different. Keith Lee, I'm trying to think. What does he do? Does he do a fly? Does he plancha or something? What does he do? What does Keith Lee do that's
That's not acceptable. Maybe he's
comes off the top rope. Is he a shooting star or something? What's
maybe he's too much like what I can't think of. Jacob Fatu that flies too much but moves too well for being big.
There's nothing wrong with being able to move well as a big guy.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong, like Vader did the Vader bomb and stuff like that. And Vader did a moonsault or a miss moonsault or a moonsault.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think you should work like a big guy and then save moves. Like you shouldn't do so if you have the capability of doing 5 really cool moves, you shouldn't do all 5 of those moves in a match. You shouldn't even maybe do all 5 of those moves on a TV. You save it for a pay-per-view or a big moment. Use those moves for the moments where they mean something, where it's a moment. Because if you do it all the time, a cruiserweight too, it just becomes it's like reading this thing 7 this 7 that 7 that. After you read it so many times, you're like, it's like, I could read this coffee thing to you 5 times, right?
Yeah.
By the 3rd time, you've already you've
memorized it.
You're just grown bored of like wanting to hear this and that because it's not a special moment or anything. First time you're like, holy shit. Second time you're like, okay, ready again. 3rd time you're like, all right, dude, get on with it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Big moves, big guys, faster movements. It's all fine if it's done in the right place at the right time at the right moment. You can't. Matches are made up of moments. You can't have 50 moments in a match. You got to pick 2 that you want to remember, 3 at the most. But yeah, just save that stuff for when it really means something and it's a really and you get that moment. But if you do it all the time, it just becomes a wasted movement. And there's nothing worse than wasted movements. Every movement should have a purpose. Every step, every look, every touch, every slide of the hand, everything should have a purpose. No wasted movements, Okay, so it's all becomes a wasted movement when it's done too much. Because look at like Sammy Guevara. How many times is he gonna go through a table and how many kind of ways before he gets hurt? If he's not hurt already, I think he's hurt already.
He might be hurt.
It might have been a minor hurt. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he is or not. But how many times are you gonna top it? And what if they're on the road doing house shows? How many? Oh, you're gonna go in there and you know what they're gonna do? You go in there and grab a headlock and wrestle. They're gonna go boo because you do 10 crazy things, or you out-topped yourself every time. When do you stop out-topping yourself? You got to learn to work for moments and make them count at the right places and the right times, so they're not wasted movements and moments. Mm-hmm. That's all. I mean, I'm not ranting, but teach their own. They can do what they want. I can't. My moment is making it to the ring without falling down. Then my next moment is spraying the blood, and then the next one is a little eye contact with it. I got, but that's because I'm grizzled and made some bad, choices with body, taking care of things throughout the years and ignoring things. But these guys are gonna end up like that at a very, very young age or out of the business. If they were to go on the road and they're working 6 nights a week or 4, just to speak generous, 4 nights, 5 nights most, like the schedule we're running, you can't risk doing a 450 and a half through tables or whatever it is he's doing every night. I mean, something's gonna give. It's usually your bones. Something in your body's gonna give. It ain't that floor. That floor ain't giving. Them tables might break, but there's splinters of tables. There's formicas. You can ask who was it? Was it Fit Finley who caught that cut in the leg from? Just so simple. The simplest things Like in a hardcore match could cripple you in a weird way, but when you're putting your body on risk like that, you should just really make those moments count. That's not just the big guys. That's even the cruiserweight guys too.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's just my opinion. You can do what you want, young bloods. Like, it's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut now. It's your world, though. I'm just moving along. Just give me my little nut, and I'll keep moving. I'm just saying.
It's a good analogy.
It's a good song.
Okay. Have you ever gotten the chance to wrestle Bret Hart? And also, is there anything you learned from him that you still apply new in life and wrestling? This is from Lexi12.
Lex. No, I've never wrestled Bret Hart. I've wrestled Owen Hart. Trained with Bruce Hart. I've trained in the dungeon with the Hart family and a lot of the associates in Calgary and Stampede. So no lessons in particularly directly from Bret Hart, but the Hart family and his brothers and Owen and all that. Just, like the intensity, that Calgary style, Stampede style. I was trained in Florida by Boris Malenko, but then Florida was one style, and Boris had a Texas style and a Florida style. Like, he's well-rounded, Boris. And then, but when we went to Calgary, it was more of that New Japan style. And this is in, like, 1988, I think, 88, 89, 88. But he was just very fast and hard-hitting. Not hard-hitting in the sense of hurting you, but, like, very solid stuff you see pretty much... Daniel Bryan doing now, Bryan Danielson or whatever he's called now, right?
Yeah.
The kicks and the different things, but and in all honesty, Calgary was way ahead of its time, and all that up there in Western Canada and Alberta and the Hart family, and then plus Stu and the history of all the Blackpool and all the hooking and like what Malenko taught us the same thing. We had to train for all that submission stuff on Sundays. So the program I took was to train pro style. But on a Sunday, I trained with all the submission wrestling, bone on bone, to catch and stuff like that, which I'm grateful for. It saved my ass a lot of times in this world. But I knew when somebody was messing with me because I knew, wait a minute, like, this guy's trying to hurt me, which didn't happen much, but because they knew you knew. But yeah, the lessons I took from there is just the intensity, the intent, everything, like what Malenko, Boris, and it was no wasted movements. In Calgary and all that, there was no movement forgotten because it was just so intense, So you applied Malenko's no wasted movements to no movements forgotten. So then you take it, and everything you did it with intent to show purpose to do damage or whatever it was. So it's the intensity that I took from there, and just the tenaciousness, the tenacity, is that the word? Tenacity?
Yeah.
Tenacity. See, I don't have this big vocabulary. I'm confusing myself right now.
Well, you do.
Right? Tenacity.
You needed a second to think of the
take
word.
it in there. So, I took that from there and just, I used to joke. I said, you go to Stampede, you either leave crazy or you go home and unfortunately do some bad things to yourself. You become... just like that falls under crazy too, I suppose, or you become a killer, or a survivor, They turn you into a surviving killer. You don't lie, like it, I'll kick your head off. Yeah, just up to, No, the intensity and like a lot of intensity in Calgary, it's just intense, very intense. The training was intense. The attitudes in the ring are very intense. The backstage booking was intense. It was just a very intense place, and the ribs were intense. Everything about Calgary was intense. So, but Owen, I learned a lot from Owen, and what a human being, and that you could be intense, take everything as serious as you want, but the biggest heart in the world too. You can still have a lot of love for everything and show warmth with that intensity. So not just the black-hearted, as he called himself, black-hearted Stone Cold Killer. He could be a warm black-hearted Stone Cold Killer. And my knee hurts again for the 5th time. I'm crying as I stretch each time.
if it was up to you and you knew Stone Cold was returning after 19 years to wrestle at WrestleMania, who would you have had booked to face him? This is from Kevin Bungle.
No bones. If it was up to me, who would I know? Well, I don't know. I mean, the obvious is Kevin Owens, because it's that same style, that aggressive style. And he has a stunner. He uses the stunner for finish, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if you're sitting back and you're looking at the current roster and what's going on, that actually makes the most sense. And it's probably not even up to WWE or whoever else in the locker room. It's not who Stone Cold wants to face. I'm thinking it's who he thinks he can have a good match with, or who he wants to finish with, or what best way is going to serve him to come across in a better light or whatnot. So yeah, so I couldn't. No, I mean, you could always put two old Attitude Era guys together, but then you're risking two old dudes. Something's going to give. Where no, I'm just saying, like I said, it's me too. Like I'm just no, I definitely want to go young blood. And I mean, I think they made the right choice. I think Kevin Owens makes the most sense.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Kevin Owens, man.
Randy Orton is a bad pick either. But
I don't know. Raymond, you sending me more texts? You don't agree with what I'm saying or something?
My hands are right here.
I hear my phone going off again.
we see his hands. He's not on his phone.
Right.
Last question.
Last question.
Okay. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Christian are all in AEW now.
Oh, I thought it was gonna start out like a joke. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and Christian walk into a bar. The priest comes up to Matt Hardy and says, "Oh, you're a vampire." Matt Hardy says, "No, I like garlic." And then never mind, go on.
Do you think it's still?
Go ahead.
This guy.
I'm sorry that one got me. Do you think it's possible? There's a possibility of reuniting the Brood in some way in making an appearance. This is from Curve Solo.
Curve Solo. Well, I can tell you what's possible is the Brood beating up the old Brood, like the new Brood, like the old Brood beating up the new Brood beating up the new Brood. Wow, Matt and Jeff are the new Brood. And then Janela, the new Brood. Like, so, nothing's impossible in wrestling. Appearance wrestling wise, I don't know. I mean, you could mix Christian in with Matt and Jeff, and then that's kind of a Brood meets the new Brood. That would be a cool combination. I think Adam's gonna probably finish up in WWE, which if I was him, I would do. I mean, I think that's just a smart bet for him. They've been really good to him, and he's been good to them. So no, I don't know. On signings or appearances, I think it's very much possible. But in the ring, no. Like, unless I tagged with Christian or something, that's an option. Against the Hardys there, that would be something cool. But don't know if that would be done or not. So, but I mean, that could happen. But no. More likely if it was Brood reunions. I could be with Matt and Jeff. That could be cool. The new Brood there. But I think the Hardys are more. I think they're trying to just finish off the Hardys where they started, come full circle, right? So, I mean, you got to be realistic as we get older. I'm a little older than them, but they've been doing it not too much, a little bit long. No, I think I've been doing it a little bit longer than them, but I've known them since they were showing up. They made their own gear, and they're just the Hardy. But they like, I think they're just trying to do a full circle thing and probably finish up, where they started, but on top. And I think that's very cool, and I wish the best for them, and I hope that all goes as planned, and I hope it goes well. But yeah, so all right, that's it for Pandora's Box.
That's it.
It was a limited amount of questions today. Usually it's an endless well of.
There was a good amount of questions.
Was there?
There were longer questions, yeah.
Were there? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like I know Raymond likes to have like over an hour show, but I'm not sure if we're like right there on those timelines or not. He gets hot about it. Or I can't get segments out of here. I can't cut from this. I can't cut from that. I don't know what the matches are offhand, but I was going to ask you if you had any WrestleMania predictions coming up. I don't know when this is airing. If this airs before WrestleMania, so there's probably still another week before WrestleMania. So there'll probably be another show right before WrestleMania. So no need for that. So maybe next week we'll come back with some WrestleMania predictions. I'm usually wrong. Because I book what I want to see, or I pick what I want to see, and it's never really what the world wants to see, I guess, or what Vince McMahon wants you to see. So I'm all over the place. You got anything to add to the show besides sitting there going, yeah? Got anything you want to talk about?
I don't think I have anything to add that we haven't already talked about. No.
What do you want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think we covered.
You have any matches coming up?
Matches coming up? No, nothing that I can think of offhand. I'd have to look at my phone.
Okay.
It's being rumored that Bobby is fighting almost at WrestleMania. Do you think that's a good look?
Bobby who?
Lashley.
Hold on. You heard this a rumor. You know this, or it's a rumor?
It's a rumor. I've seen it online.
It's a rumor. Right?
Like everything online. It's a rumor until
Wow.
it happens.
Bobby Lashley and Almas?
At WrestleMania. I don't know what that's. If that would work, but he would know better than us.
What do you think?
I'm not a fan.
I don't know anything about.
I'm not a fan of Almas.
Almas is destroying everybody. He destroyed that other like Truth Commission guy. Well, Truth Commission was an old character. Whatever the other guy is with the little dude and the big dude.
I don't think they should fight. In my opinion, I don't think
Yeah, I don't know. You're asking me, do I think they should wrestle? No, I think Bobby Lashley should be in the championship thing, but maybe they're building Omos to be this monster. I mean, he's beating everybody. He even beat the other big guy. I can't think of his name right now. The guy with the long hair and a mohawk, kind of, whatever. Kind of looks like a giant Damian Priest.
I have no idea.
He has the manager. He comes out like I can't think of Apollo manages him. Apollo Crews manages him. But he destroyed him with like a big chokeslam or powerbomb. I don't know. So maybe they're building him to be a monster. Then Bobby Lashley comes out, destroys him in a matter of seconds, and sets him up into pitch to go into wherever the championship chase goes. You know what I mean? So maybe it's a way to keep him strong, bring him back. So that's all it could be. I wouldn't want to see a competitive match at all. I just would want to see Bobby, boom, pin him.
Crush him.
Just crush him in the Hurt Lock or whatever. Yeah, just finish him in a matter of 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 counting entrances. No, that's the only way it would work for me. That's the only way it would work for me, is to see Bobby Lashley beat him in less than 5 with entrances.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I don't like Omos.
No, it's not that I don't like him. I just, Bobby Lashley's just on a higher level, and he should be back up to where, and that's the only way to get him back up there right now, that quick. Because they're really building Omos. They're building him to be this beast and everything. So once you get built to be a beast, there's only one way to go. If you can't maintain it, that's back down. So,
True.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Well, I don't know if that's that. If that was me booking, that's what would happen. Nothing against Omos, nice guy. All right, Dennis. So Raymond, he's throwing in questions from the back 40 back there or something. I don't know what's going on about Gable Stevens had just officially left his amateur shoes, wrestling boots out on the mats.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess Raymond's asking me how would I book him if I was Vince McMahon, which I'm not Vince McMahon. How would I book him coming into WWE? Would I book him like a Kurt Angle or whatever? Well, I think that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how, I don't know, because like I don't know how much he's been training or how much like experience he's gotten that we haven't seen. But there's the other guy that has a similar character with the Alpha Academy.
That's Chad Gable.
Chad Gable, right?
Yeah.
Not Gable Stevens, but Chad Gable. I think I would start there. I would start a little feud there because his timing's impeccable. That guy is like really good. And it's really good with Otis, but I think maybe when him and Otis do their run, I would have him do a program with him just to get him the experience and everything and elevate him through that, and to just help him just become a well-rounded professional wrestler or a pro wrestling entertainer, however you want to look at this thing.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so I would probably go that route, and I'd probably do that on dark house shows and stuff. and dark matches at TVs to just to get his timing and get impeccable and build the storyline, and then continue with the storyline on TV, and then have him beat, Chad, have him beat Chad Gable, and then elevate him on, and then move him on, probably, maybe like a Kurt Angle. I'm not sure. Maybe different, but the same.
Well, he was in the Olympics too, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, it would make sense to get him to the level of like Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle was pretty good. Kurt Angle was a pretty good natural athlete and everything, but paid the toll. He wrestled the Olympics. He finished his match with a broken neck. Won a medal with a broken neck. And he was a special athlete, special entertainer, but his body's really paying the price for all those years of amateur, the Olympics, and pro wrestling entertainment. So we'll see. Only time will tell. But with time telling, that was episode 47.
Whoa.
What? 42. 42 now? We're on 42. See, I time jump like Donnie Darko or whatever. You ever see Donnie Darko?
No.
It's all about time travel and wormhole and stuff and the Smurfs and this and that. Well, whatever. So I time traveled 5 episodes. The candles have remained the same. Kind of like Led Zeppelin's song remained the same. So, all right. So that's episode 42 of Paige VanZant with Gangrel and ABD, Ana Blanca Diaz. So the only reason I'm cutting it short is because that coffee has done something to me and I got to run. Literally, I got to run. So, want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Take some.
Thank you, everybody. See you next week.